Hi, it's Mark Cleghorn here for the Photographer Academy, and today we're talking all about wedding. And this little tip is all about 3 tips to grow your wedding business. So this film is really presuming that you've got a photography business running as far as weddings are concerned in some way. You might have been going for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, and you're looking to really kind of expand, or you've kind of been going for about 5 or 6, 10 years even. You found yourself that you're not really kind of growing in the speed that you need it to grow to hit your numbers. So we're going to be looking at some simple ways that you can kind of really start to look at how to change it and how it looks and how it's going to develop. So the first thing I would do is get the guest talking about you. So if you're doing it right anyway, even if you're supplying a client with digital files, you're basically taking them to a gallery so that everybody can go and view and possibly order anyway. So it's always a good idea, if possible, to get them to register their name and address before they're going in to view the gallery. I use SmugMug, and it's an ability that I've got within the website is to make guests actually register, and so before they enter into the gallery. If I don't have the ability to do that because of a certain website that we use, then of course is there a way that I can get them to register once they get into the gallery with a simple button to sign up to our newsletters and offers and so on with that. So the first thing would be is we need to get them registered, so we've got their email address, so we can at least start some e-marketing towards them. And at least by doing that, we're doing one thing: brand awareness. They're getting more familiar who was the photographer at the wedding. Obviously, even though you're there and you might have markcleghorn.com all over your back like me and so on my polo shirt, on the other hand, it might be a society wedding where I'm basically in a dinner suit, so I've got less chance to attract them in. So there's many ways to make sure that they're going to think and look at us to kind of just recognize that we were the photographer on the day. One of the things that we can do, as I said, is to get the clients, the bride and groom themselves, the mums and dads, to talk about us on their social and direct the guests and friends towards the gallery to go and see their images. That's the first thing. Once we're there, once they're registering, and of course we've got the ability to remarket to them, and of course they're going to start to think about us as their wedding photographer. So that's my tip number 1, is to get every guest, if possible, to register in some way before they go into the gallery. Okay, so then, common sense means that we're asking the bride and groom to talk about us on social media as well. So if you think, if I post an image, a business, all right, Facebook page, let's use for an example, and I want to actually tag the bride and groom, it's very hard for me to do that because obviously the business Facebook doesn't really allow you to tag individuals into a post at present. Okay, so obviously this is Facebook changes all the time and so on, but at present you can't do that. But what we can do is encourage the bride and groom to go and tag themselves in a photograph. Or better still is actually they are having a selection of images that they can post on their social media, Facebook and Instagram and so on, and basically giving you a tag or a link within that post as well. If you don't ask, you don't get. So at least by asking them to get socially interactive with you will give you a chance in some way to at least get more involved with their friends and their kind of colleagues as well. And then tip 3, it's basically an old school one where we used to take photographs of all the guests during the course of the day, and it was really a job for the trainee photographer. It could be as a second photographer now at a wedding, but the trainee photographer used to actually learn for expression and basic animation of pose. Every couple was photographed during the course of the day, and it would be their job to make sure that we were getting great images, great expression, because we were hoping that we were going to actually be selling those directly to those clients. So at least by taking the photographs of the guests officially and then going on to a guest gallery, we've got some chance to draw them to us. And it might even be, tackiness perhaps for some of you, but giving them a card. So the assistant photographer takes the photograph of guests, and to actually view the image, to download it or to order from it, here's a card, and they can actually just go to it. So have a way that you can interact with the guests in a nice way. As I said, stood outside the church door or the reception door, quickly going through a basic rattle, perhaps all black and white, perhaps a prime lens, f4 to distinctly change the look and the feel, will give them a great look and feel, and possibly they're going to go in and actually just do it from there. And if you're using it as a marketing instead of a sales tool, of course, we might even be able to get them to register it to actually download that image for free or whatever it is. But as far as the guest is concerned, think about, what am I trying to do? Am I trying to earn money from them now, or am I trying to get them with the brand awareness? Even dragging that guest to the gallery in some way is going to be brand awareness straight away. Taking some money off them, obviously that's the benefit now, but is there a bigger picture to it? And then, of course, it goes without saying, whilst we're at the wedding, to get other people speaking about us, the other vendors, the suppliers, and obviously the venue themselves, how can I interact with them? So if I know the car company, the florist, the hire a company for the marquee, for the cutlery, for the chair dressings, whatever it would be, is make sure you get some imagery during the course of the day, and perhaps try and get them featured on your Facebook page, or supply them out to them for free of charge if they're going to Facebook and share you on their social media as well. So remember, we're on about business growth here, and the one thing to do with any business to grow it is to get active, and to get active in several ways and not just one. Hope you've enjoyed this quick tip. As far as the Xperience Wedding series is concerned, check it out on the Academy. Obviously, if you're interested in joining the Xperience Wedding Group at any stage, then you can find the information throughout the Xperience.wedding website. Thanks again. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.